that you were told gas and then ikashuka tumtungi. Now, El Nino funds, El Nino billions, where did they go to? Because now it has scaled down to short trains. Let's also not forget that Nairobi governor told us that you're going to procure motor boats for the sake of the problem that was going to be brought by the El Nino. Yeah, we were really prepared. So, please, that's where the tax would have gone to consider.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think?
Let me tell you, first of all, I don't know. This governor confuses me. You know, the metro, whatever it's called, the Met, yes. Okay, first of all, I don't, who runs it? Like, how do you say this is happening? Oh, prep. Oh, no, it's not happening. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's happening. So it's, first of all, they're going to blame the climate change. They're going to be like, oh, okay, climate change is here. You know, we cannot be able to tell ABCD. But you have the equipment, you have the infrastructure. You're supposed to be able to let us know, like, okay, so this is happening, yada, yada, yada. Then look at it. Just hypothetically speaking, if it happened, right? What are the measures there? Because we know these are heavy rains. Are we capable of harvesting that to be able to help certain places that we know year in, year out is always going to be? Yeah, just storage. Like, is that there? Like, show us. What is, yeah. Actually, you cannot tell us that you're going to acquire boats to move around. What? South Sea is always flooding, even with the short rains. So then you just buy those boats for the period of time.
Yeah, now, actually, the main agenda here is, are those funds going to be taken somewhere else? Because according to what I'm seeing, we are already short on collecting taxes, so I'm hoping these funds now, like, it's just like,
let me just be very, like, honest. This is a Shenga Konfuku as much as,
yeah, and actually the fact that the president told us that now it's short rains, I was expecting that speech to go with it's short rains. However, the money, but the statement always ends with that information.
You can see the challenge. For those of us who talk to people in government, you can see the challenge. The young people are cynical. The young people, their trust in public service and government,
is zero.
Is zero.
It is zero. Yeah.
If you listen to Maria,
zero.
The trust in public service, if you're holding a public office or you're in a public docket, you need to know that these young ladies, they don't believe that you're there to do anything
for them.
Public good.
Yeah.
So that, again, if I'm an advisor, so the first challenge for Ruto is not even all these things that he's doing, running around every day. It's just to take a step back and actually see what can I do to infuse public confidence in your office. Without that, no, even if Ruto comes here flying, I don't think she's going to be convinced of anything.
And
they're the majority. The young people just don't believe.
70% actually of Kenyans are.
Admit they're 71%.
And the question is, are we going to vote again after all these stories?
I am not planning on voting. I'm not planning on queuing to go and elect another leader who is going to put us through.
Because this is something like, this is going low now. Now they've gone low, really low. We've started fuel. Now they even started.
You know, the thing
to
is,
deal with nature.
I don't see, like, yes, and then you see, like, we held a very big climate change event in Nairobi. My goodness, I attended that. It was amazing. We had donors, we had people saying money is coming in, money is doing that and all that, right? Too much talk, to be quite honest. I feel like where we are right now, the government, yes, it's a very pretty government. It's pretty to look at in terms of, like, talks, but the actions, like, what are they doing?
It's like a beautiful girl without character.
Thank you, but such as a personal. But it does not make sense. I wish they would say, like, okay, these funds that was here, now let's allocate it for ABCD. It's like right now, for example, they know Turkana, year in, year out, there's always droughts. You know?
You see
what you quick kidogo basi wapeleke huko wa fund.
My beef with Met department is that the science today in the world can tell you next year's rain and actually tell you what time, when, and how much will rain.
Doppler radar technology.
It is there. The technology is there.
Doppler radar.
So my question has always been, and I was very skeptical. You know, there's a pattern which El Ninos follow.
Yeah.
When they said there'll be El Nino, I was like, wow. This El Nino comes after La Nina. Have we had it?
No.
Is
So-
it that level?
So that should tell you it's not the Met Department. It should tell you it's a government thing.
These are patterns which have been there for a very long time. There's a gentleman, a friend of mine, was telling me that if you go to the areas of Masai land,
Yeah.
they knew that El Nino would happen when they slaughter a goat. They just check the innards of the goat.
Correct, yeah.
And look, and they tell you. And someone just checked and said there'll be no El Nino.
Oh,
Traditionally,
Yeah, the traditional things work.
the guy just slaughtered his goat
Yeah.
and told the guys, scientist, there's no El Nino.
So
I didn't believe
it's not a Met
didn't
thing.
believe it.
It's a government thing.
I didn't
because
believe it.
they were supposed to procure motorboats.
No motorboats. They were already hapa tukiwa na kamva ka just like 4 hours South Sea draining
So the-
isha kila mali.
So the question to Sakaja is, who procured, why were you procuring motorboats? Where was the tender?
Yes.
Because you see, it's a public office, it is, you have to tender it, it has to be competitive, and there must be people who sit in that panel to agree that this is what we are going to do.
Yeah.
And you've put that money aside. So we would like to know how much money was spent.
Do you think Sakaja means well? But maybe before we go
Aliens.
there,
Yeah.
let me just mention that. let me just mention that.
It's nothing personal. It's whether it's just like
I asked Mudaura off the record if he could talk to the president, what would you advise him? The president's a young man compared to Mudaura. They know each other. Ruto was in cabinet when Mudaura was head of public service. He told me, the first thing, it's just cabinet.
Is it?
Cabinet. Getting cabinet right is the first step.
but
You
then
have
it
to-
shuffles.
Yeah, but
That was not a
doesn't-
shuffle, that was a shuffle.
Yeah,
Do you know how you dance?
so getting the
The shuffle.
sharpest, getting sharp minds.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you have an economic advisor who says, I think you guys saw this the other day. You know me, I don't care for Kenyans, and Kenyans don't care for me. Everything I do is in my own self-interest. You have to really care for people, man, so naturally. To be a leader, you have to, in fact, you have to feed people. Na woka enja.
It's called public service.